GRIN is a cryptocurrency that launched in 2019 with the goal to provide fungibility, or the ability to spend a coin that is indistinguishable from one another, which might not sound very important, but you need fungibility if you want to be private, and you absolutely need it if you want to be anonymous. It's not super well known. Just for the sake of comparison, the Reddit Bitcoin has over 1 million members, Monero about 150,000, GRIN Coin less than 5,000. A reason I think GRIN is cool is because it's underground. It's weird, it's kind of a joke. In a world of paid marketing campaigns and over-promising, GRIN keeps it punk rock. The Mimblewimble white paper was written anonymously, and many of the developers remain anonymous. Very cypherpunk. If you're not Bitcoin, you need some type of incentive to get people to care. Dogecoin has survived as a meme. The community is fun, they know it's a joke, you're not working for some founder. I have 19 subscribers, so I consider myself underground, micro-influencer, so I wanted to help them out. This is not an advertisement. I just found some GRIN merch and I wanted to give my thoughts. So let's take a look. Alright, starting out, this is the simple Mimblewimble-eyed GRIN logo t-shirt. This is probably their best logo. I really like it a lot. I would probably prefer a smaller logo in the corner, kind of on your breast. But this is alright. I like it. I imagine this might be one of their more popular items. Pretty cool. I think I'm colorblind too, so I appreciate the bright colors available. In this one, you kind of look like a Walmart greeter, but you know, there's nothing wrong with that. Overall, I give it a thumbs up. This is a sweater with a cockatoo on the side there. This bird is a reference to the proof of work, a mining algorithm called cockatoo. I like this a lot. This is drippin', as the kids say. Drippin'. Big thumbs up. I think this is really fresh. I would wear this. See, the whole point for me would be to wear something that's kind of subtle, where you could wear it and people in the know could recognize it, but everybody else would, you know, not even question it. You know, Drake could wear this and nobody would say anything. You know, this is just a nice, cool sweatshirt. I like the white. Nice and clean. Excellent, excellent. This is the MAGA hat. Make Alice grin again. A reference to our president. I like the red a lot. Red's like a power color. I bet you feel pretty powerful wearing this. And make Alice grin again. So I think that's a reference to whenever there's a proposed problem in math or in cryptography, the people used in the example are typically named Alice and Bob, you know, A, B. And I believe that's why they're saying the word Alice. Also, it could be a reference to Alice in Wonderland with the whole fantasy themed. But it's just cool. I like this a lot. The red is powerful. You know, if I have an important meeting at work, sometimes I'll put on some red socks and kind of gives me an edge going in there, and you know, a little bit of a secret thing that I have to feel more powerful. So I like this. It's cool. Definite thumbs up. And whenever somebody's wearing a red MAGA hat these days anyway, it's usually a parody. So I don't think you're going to get punched in the face for wearing this or have anybody accuse you of being a Nazi. This looks like something you could get at Target or at Hot Topic. It's pretty stupid to me. This is the GRIN Reaper. Not the Grim, but the GRIN. They didn't even do the Mimblewimble eyes on it, you know, so I don't think anyone would even know
what this is, or it's just not worth the $42 it would cost you to get this. I'm just not a big fan. I guess if you want to be edgy, like you don't care about dying or something, I don't know. Not for me. Thumbs down. This is one of the stickers they sell, the tongue-tied symbol. I like the smiley face more, but this is kind of a secondary one. Not a big fan. Kind of looks like the Rolling Stones symbol. If you have this on your notebook, I think people are going to assume it's a band or something. And I get Mimblewimble as a tongue-tying spell, or it obscures, your address. It obscures what you're saying. I'm just not a fan of that. I think it's kind of ugly. Thumbs down. This is the Magus Shirt. Again, with the red, I really like. I like that slogan, make Alice grin again. It's almost kind of like, it could be sexual too. If somebody sees this, they don't know what Mimblewimble is. I don't know if I'm just thinking of that, or if this model's got me. I don't know if the other shirts had a model, but this guy's looking pretty fresh. I like it. Very cool. Power shirt. Thumbs up. So this is a variation of the MAGA theme on a shirt. If you don't want to wear the hat, you can have the hat on the shirt. This is not a joke. Apparently you can buy this. It's pretty stupid. I don't know. I don't know. I'm at a loss for words. I don't know what this is. It's very strange. A very strange design choice. Maybe if there was a shirt. So if you have a shirt and there was a shirt in the corner with the hat on the shirt in the corner, you know what I'm saying? Maybe I'd get that, but just some ideas for you if you're a GRIN developer listening to this. Here we've got a cap with the word cypherpunk written on it. I can't think of anything less cypherpunk than to have a hat that looks like this. This is pretty embarrassing. Can you imagine wearing this to a conference? I mean, I don't know. This is really cringy. I don't imagine anybody who wears this is actually out there coding. This is kind of just putting a bullseye on your head saying, hey, come rob me. I have no self-awareness. This is very strange. So, yeah, I mean, like I said, the point is to be subtle to me. And, this is just idiotic. We've got a girl's polo shirt with the Alice symbol. Nice and low-key. Very cool. I don't think there's anything on the back. I would not wear this. I identify as a male. But, if you're a girl looking for some GRIN swag, here you go. You can pop the collar too. So overall nice and clean design. Hard to screw up a nice polo. All right, here we've got a towel. Yes, this is a bath towel with the Cypherpunk manifesto printed on one side. Kind of a cool idea. I don't know if I would ever want this. Interesting. I don't know how long that will last, how many washes it'll make it. I don't know if it's stitched on or printed on or what. If I went over someone's house and I was using their bathroom and I saw this, I would assume they're a crazy person. So, listen, there's nothing wrong with being crazy, but I wouldn't use this myself. It's a little bit too much, a little bit too on the nose, and I certainly know about that. This is an interesting piece. So this is a book they're selling called The Grinor. The Grinor. It's another Harry Potter reference, and what they're looking to do is put together all of these early writings of the cypherpunks and some of the GRIN developers and put it into this book like a little piece of history. It's pretty cool. Obviously, I bet you could track all of these things down and just print it out yourself, but there's something to be said for having something all in one place and something physical presented in a nice way. The only thing is, look at the price on this. $420. That's insane. That is, I really think this sounds like a cool idea, but, that price is out of control for a book. And then the other thing, I don't think they've even printed this yet. It's a pre-order. So they've got this picture here, which this looks like a reference to the Mastering Bitcoin book by Andreas. And I think Jimmy Song's book also looked like this. And then the second picture they have shows this really cool leather-bound book. I don't know what it is. I don't know which of these is the book. And so I'm assuming it's going to be something in between or something like this. If it's this leather kind of looking book with the cool symbol in the middle, then maybe, I could see justifying 3 digits for it. But 420 is kind of a slap in the face. It's obviously not costing them $420 to make this. They probably picked that number to be funny. But it's interesting. Something I'm going to be looking out for once it ships. I want to see somebody maybe do an unboxing of this, if anyone's willing to dox themselves and show that they bought this. Overall, pretty cool. All right, now we've gone into fantasy land. This is something you can actually put in your shopping cart. This is $50,000. For $50,000, you can you can get what they say is a signed poster by the GRIN developers. I don't know what the target audience for this is. This is probably a joke. I'm not sure. Unless they're trying to appeal to, the small number of Bitcoin billionaires out there. Even if you are a millionaire, dropping $50,000 on this is really not worth it. They're showing a couple different pictures here of these different posters. And again, the information they provide is not great. I'm not sure what poster it is. For $50,000, you should be able to pick a poster yourself. For $50,000, for $50,000, they should be. So, the other thing to keep in mind if you're considering buying this is that these GRIN developers, they don't use their real names. You're getting a signature of somebody called Yeast Plume and these Harry Potter names. So, one thing I could say is for that price, what you are getting is maybe some information on who these developers are, because they might reveal it in their signature. Some stylography scientist might be able to trace that to someone else, but who knows? I'm sure they thought of that. So, if you're looking to support the project, this is an easy way to do that. All right, here we have a GRIN clock with the smile logo. I've been really into watches lately, and so I've been looking at a lot of watch faces, and I like this. No numbers, clean. It's tilted to the side, so I think that's how they want you to hang it. Pretty cool. $42, I think it's a reasonable price. This is obviously a battery clock. Yeah, and you could have this in your house. I don't know. What do you want me to say? Here we have the Crypto Mansur Cap. Pretty bizarre item. Looks like a little elf hat. For $42, you can, again, imagine somebody walking around the street with this or going to a conference. Wearing this home alone is also pretty psychotic, but listen, they allege that many famous people have worn this hat. So, again, it's hard to know if this is even real. Like, I don't know if you're going to get something if you buy this. I think you might get like a picture printed out on a piece of paper if you buy this. I don't know. But the reason I say that is when you go through the pictures, it's not an actual image of any real hat. It's all these fake pictures. So I don't know what to say. You're going to look like a crazy person. If you want to look like a psychopath, go ahead and put this on. Go for it. It's your life. If you want to do this, if you want to wear this, go for it. This isn't dress rehearsal. You've only got one life. So If you're listening to this and you want to kind of get a quick history on who are some of the people that influenced the cypherpunks, go through this list and just start popping those names into Wikipedia, and you can spend a couple hours kind of learning about who are these early people whose shoulders we now stand on, people who kind of paved the way, being counterculture, using technology to change the world. What's my final grade? I'm actually going to give this a thumbs up. I approve, even though it's not for me. To each their own. Here we've got a framed screenshot from Twitter from this guy, Niraj. It's from like a cryptocurrency think tank. I don't know if he's like in on this, if he's part of the team, or they might even be making fun of him. I don't know. But he's talking about how crypto is like the Harry Potter world. It's magical. So I think it's a random guy or it's a mean-spirited mocking of him. I don't know. $93 is definitely not worth it. And I get the joke with all the other things, right? $420 or $420 or $42. I get it. But I don't get the $93 for this. And then wrapping up here, slightly more expensive. This is $93.42, is a framed proof. Some of the math involved, printed out on a nice layout. This I really like. This is cool. Like I said, you could have this in your home. It makes you look smart, and it's low key. People might ignore it if they don't know what it is, but it's kind of a cool way to show off that you're repping the cypherpunks without having it plastered on your forehead, walking around like a crazy person. So this is probably my favorite piece. Am I going to buy it? No. But, if I had to pick one, I think this is a pretty cool item. Here we have another t-shirt. Not the Mimblewimble eyes. It's the BS eyes. Bike shedding. This is pretty cool. I like this a lot too. So bike shedding, if you don't know, is a term that comes up in development sometimes where, for example, if you're building a power plant, what happens at the meetings is sometimes a big portion of the meeting or the whole meeting revolves around discussing, hey, where are we going to put the bike shed? Where are we going to keep our bikes? And the reason this tends to happen is not everyone's smart enough to know the ins and outs of the, electrical system power, chemistry, and the high-tech stuff. But everybody knows what a bike shed is, and everyone has an opinion on that. So everybody at the meeting can chime in on that, and something that is not even important ends up dominating the whole conversation. And so that tends to happen in crypto as well, where you got these minor issues that don't really mean much, but are easy to understand, end up dominating the conversations on Reddit and Twitter. So bike shedding is a cool term. I like this shirt a lot. And on the back, looks like you get an actual bike shed. We got another tee here. This is apparently the shirt they gave out at the Amsterdam conference. And we got the Mimblewimble eye smiley face. Not sure what the X's mean. You know what this looks like? This looks like the Blink 182 album cover. Just that Untitled album they made that was really good towards the end. So that's a reason I would not get this. Thumbs down for me, because I don't want people coming up to me saying, hey, Blink 182, and me saying, listen, idiot, this isn't Blink 182, it's a cryptocurrency. This is another sticker, $4.20, of course. Blockchains, not bombs. It's kind of cool. It looks like weathered, like it's already been outside for a little bit, so this would be kind of cool to stick on a stop sign or stick somewhere that is legal. You don't want to deface any state or government property. Yeah, pretty cool. $4 for one sticker, kind of a ripoff, but hey, this isn't about getting a good deal. This is about supporting GRIN development, right? And a nice alternative to the smiley face.
No one paid me or told me to pump GRIN. If you must know, I think anything that is not Bitcoin is a joke. So if you're gonna be a joke, at least be a good one. There's your takeaway.